Imagine this, India in 2025, still under British rule. How would it look today? Let's explore both the pros and cons of such a scenario. If India was still under British rule in 2025, the political system would be quite different. The country might be ruled by a Governor-General appointed by the British monarchy or a British Prime Minister with a heavy influence on decisions. On the bright side, stability and governance could be maintained with a unified, centralized power structure. The country might avoid political fragmentation. However, this would come at the cost of national sovereignty, with India having no real control over its own destiny. Economically, Britain might keep investing in India's infrastructure, possibly making India a stronger global economy. But the profits would likely flow back to Britain, limiting India's wealth. India could see improved infrastructure, advanced technology, and better trade connections with the Western world. It might also benefit from foreign investments. But there's a downside. India's resources would still be exploited by Britain, preventing India from growing independently as a major economic power. In terms of technology, India might get access to cutting-edge British technologies, but it would likely be dependent on Britain for research and development. On the pro side, India could be part of the latest global technological innovations, leveraging British leadership in science and engineering. But on the con side, India's own scientific progress could be stunted as the country may remain dependent on British innovations rather than developing its own technologies. Culturally, India could be caught between traditional values and British influence. Traditional customs might fade as India adopts more Western lifestyles, education and media. On the positive side, India might enjoy a more globalized culture, benefiting from a mix of modern British ideas and Indian traditions. However, the Indian identity could be lost as the country becomes more anglicized, and cultural heritage might not be as widely preserved. Imagine the social tensions that would arise. Protests for independence and civil unrest would likely remain a constant challenge. Movements for freedom would be stronger than ever, especially among the younger generation. Despite any economic progress, the social and cultural push for freedom would be overwhelming. The question is, how long could British rule last? If India was still under British rule, its role on the world stage would be limited. While it could be a major economic hub, it might not have the global influence it currently enjoys in the present day. India would lack the autonomy to lead in global matters like UN discussions or international diplomacy. Its sovereign power would be reduced. Would life in India be better or worse under British rule in 2025? There are pros like better infrastructure and a connected global economy, but there are also serious cons such as loss of sovereignty and cultural identity. Do you think India would have thrived under British rule? Comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating what-if scenarios.